Hey, how's it going out there? This is Two Birds, One Show. I'm Dieter. That's my buddy Ricky. And tonight we have our guest from the San Diego area, my buddy Gabe. What's up, Gabe?
What's up, Dieter? What's up, Rick? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Gabe.
So if you're new to the show, it's usually Thursday night, 10 p.m. on the BGSE network. And we talk craft beer and sports. We'll dive into our first drink and then talk a little sports and dive into a second drink and then finish off with some sports. So guest always goes first. So all you, Gabe.
All right. I really have any beer, but straight from Japan, I am having a pineapple tall boy Chuhai.
Oh, my God.
It's the Japanese version of a tall boy.
Love this guy, dude.
Alcohol percentage, like 5%. But since Japanese people are really tiny, it's pretty much, you might as well just say 10 or 20. For Dieter, this is just like normal pineapple juice. I have
what they call a Chuhai warrior. I used to drink like nothing.
So that's new to me. What exactly is that? Is that like a mixed drink or like a type of beer? Or?
It's called soju, which is rice wine.
Okay.
It's kind of like how you filter a potato to make vodka. But if you really want to make it, it's equivalent to this is like the Japanese version of a White Claw.
Oh, okay, cool.
Before White Claws got popular.
Oh, yeah. They've been around for a while, man. I mean, I was in Japan in 2004. We were drinking that stuff. And then they were way back. They used to call them like highball. You know what I mean? Just any kind of fruit and liquor. You know what I mean? But in Japan, it's all rice. Yeah, I mean, that's what they use for the vodka. The sake and the soju is like a lower ABV of a sake.
But, nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I love having new and different stuff in here because I feel like me and you. I mean, as much as we love our beer, we're always just drinking IPA. Well, we drink stouts and stuff sometimes, but I feel like we're always drinking the same thing. So it's good to see something new. And anybody that's watching, please chime in with whatever you're drinking: beer, wine, liquor. If you're smoking weed or eating edibles, please chime in and let us know.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
Can you?
It's
there in Philly.
What's that?
Can you buy edibles?
Oh, it's everywhere.
Jersey's legal. Philly, I don't think it's legal, but it's kind of like they don't really worry about it. There's different areas on South Street they sell all sorts of stuff, but Jersey's like 100% legal. There's so many dispensaries, and shout out to your sister's dispensary.
Yeah, that's a Twisted Hat dispensary. I think that's in Carney's Point. I want to say. So shout out to them. I hear they do great business over there. So keep up the great work. Shout out to Nikki. Much love. One of the best sisters you could ever ask for. So shout out and good luck on the business venture. Dieter, what are you sipping on tonight?
Well, we were just at Tonewood last week, man.
Great time, by the way,
time hanging out with you. It was really cool to meet those guys. I think it was Matt and Greg or something like that. I know one guy was Matt. But the one dude was talking about Texas, and it got me talking about Texas, because I was there for about a year or so. New Trail did a collab with Tonewood called Trail Tones, and this is nice. It's a nice 6% IPA. Definitely hazy boy, like beautiful looking beer.
Nice.
And that Brick City glass that my buddy Jeff gave me. Thank you, Jeff.
I was just sipping on Brick City. Yesterday, the day before, the South Islands jams. Sorry, good.
Nice. Yeah, great beer. South Islands, I think, is the coconut one, right? Or something like that? Island jams? Oh, okay.
No, it tasted almost, you got some of that New Zealand, maybe there was some Nelson in it, maybe some Motueka. But yeah, definitely getting that New Zealand kind of, Southern Pacific vibes.
But yeah, this is a nice one. Cascade, I think Chinook.
Nice.
Yeah, Nelson. Yeah, man. It's a nice little easy drinker, man. And I gotta say, everything from New Trail is awesome. And Tonewood, man, we were there. There were some great beers there, man.
Yeah.
You can never go wrong with Mas Fuego and that lager. The
Vermilion was really good. Oh, you're talking about Lumberyard Lager?
Yeah, Lumberyard.
That was really good.
That was good.
And their Vienna lager I was drinking, that Vermilion was fucking phenomenal. Like, I would buy that for home. And yeah, Lumberyard's really good. Nice, like Hellas lager.
But back on that game, like, bring different people in here to talk about different, beers and alcohol or whatever drink. You know what I mean? And that's so cool. He had soju, man. Like, and he's the man, dude. When he was in Japan, he bought a bunch of soju and he sent it to me in a package, man.
Nice.
So thank you for that, buddy.
No problem, man.
You got to send him out some New Jersey and Pennsylvania haze, dude, and so he can try and get indoctrinated what we're drinking here too.
Right. I think I sent him out something. I think I sent him out like the New Jersey seltzers or something.
Good.
Yeah, it was God, I forget what they're called, but yeah, I sent him out some stuff. But,
so Senators known for their craft beers. I should probably. They have one called Belching Beaver. It's
nice.
That tastes like drinking a freaking Reese's Pieces cup.
Yeah, Belching Beaver. They're out of Ohio, right?
I'm not really sure. We just have them over here in North Park because we do have craft beers too. We have Mike Cass, Carl Straws, and all that.
Speaking of Belching Beaver, Dieter, do you remember when I first moved into my new house here? We were drinking it, and you threw up all over the kitchen floor. You remember that shit?
No, that wasn't Belching Beaver, man. That was something else. We got Greg says having some homemade mead.
Nice.
And no, that was some toad something, man. I remember hopping toad. Hopping frog.
You're right. I'm sorry. You're right.
Frog.
Yes, like hopping frog. You're right. I don't know why I thought it was Belching Beaver. Yes, you're right.
I still don't drink that beer.
I don't think I drank it since that day either, man.
Yeah, it messed me up. I don't know if it was skunked or what, man, but I was bad off.
Yeah, that was a crazy day.
But thank you for bringing up that great moment in my life. Thanks, Rick.
Best time, brother. Hey, listen, it's a fun memory. Not really fun for me as we had to clean up puke off my kitchen floor, but
you stop it. You stop it right now, Ricky. This is the goddamn family show, Rick.
So I'm sipping on as I got my Treehouse hoodie on, my favorite brewery, very hazy 10th anniversary edition.
Oh wow, man.
In the gold can.
What is in the front? It looks like a dragon, or what is it? A tree?
It's a tree house, a house in a tree or whatever.
Almost kind of like
it's
trippy.
Pretty neat. Yeah, great brewery, man. I've been up there a few times, man. I love it. It's in Massachusetts.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Look at that beer there. Oh, baby, that's it. I mean, that's stuff right there, man.
That's fucking Juice Bomb Central right there. That's fantastic.
Gorgeous. Mm-hmm.
So it tastes more like a Blue Moon.
I
mean, I'm just looking at it.
No, I mean the body type, and the color. You definitely get that Blue Moon vibe because probably a lot of flaked wheat and oats and stuff. I think just the difference with the Blue Moon, this is going to be a little more hoppy and fruity from all the stuff the hops put off, the flavors they put off, but same type of color, kind of.
That's right.
Yeah. But Treehouse is known for using like New Zealand hops and like what's a Yakima Valley out in Colorado, right, or something like that, or where's that?
Yakima Valley, is that Washington State?
Washington State, that's where it's at. But yeah, I mean that's like where the tippy top good hops are and stuff, man.
Yeah, the Treehouse, they do it up right. They're masters at their craft. I got nothing but good words to say about them. Shout out to Nate and his crew over at Treehouse. You guys are doing a great job. Keep up the great work.
But yeah, let's jump into some sports.
I was going to say to you too. Funny going in tonight. I'm thinking, wow, do we have a lot? And then I wrote down my notes. I'm like, I got a ton of shit to talk about sports wise.
Damn it.
I have
we got our
team where we're going to go start off with football.
Well, I think we should jump into the Sixers game that they just lost.
They lost again.
Mean, they are diving, man. I do not understand what is going on with this team. Like, we finally get Embiid back and George back. Yeah, Maxey's sitting on the bench, or not even. He was in announcing table today. Whatever.
Well, he was there. He was only there for a couple minutes.
Right. Bless you. But
no, that was a cough. I had some fantastic sativa before we came on, and still coughing over it.
But man, this team's diving, dude. I really don't get it, man.
Well, yeah, they seem to be in a tailspin, but I'll be honest with you. I just think they haven't played enough yet together. I think what we see now is going to be a lot different than what we see in February, March, and April. I don't think you're going to see a team only win 15% of their games for the whole year. This is right now. It's just because Embiid and George missed so many games. Maxey's out. Nobody's gelled yet. In 5 months when they've played 50 games together, they'll look different. I believe.
Okay, I don't know much. I know Embiid is a center that could bust a three. I'm assuming George plays like either the 2 guard right there. What Maxey is he a small forward?
No, he's a guard.
Point
and speaking of which, I want to say, by the way, I mean, I know they suck right now, but I still love watching them. Jared McCain, and I said this when we drafted him, that kid is the real deal. That kid is awesome. Player. Dude,
I liked him when we picked him up too, man. He was like so happy to be
I loved getting him out of Duke at 16. I was shocked he was still there.
I got a little comment here. Greg says, got a cough to get off. Okay, thanks, Greg. What is it?
My boy Greg, that's the dog. So real quick, a quick stat on Jared McCain. I know we're only like 12 games into his rookie year, but you're talking about this kid had 34 points, 10 assists, 2 steals, and hit 6 3-pointers the other night in one game. Do you know the other 2 rookies to ever do that in the NBA? Do you know their names?
No.
Their names are Steph Curry and Jason Kidd, a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. He's one of only 3.
A good group to be
This kid is the listen. I know it sucks right now, but the backcourt of our future is upon us. I've seen the future of the Sixers, and it's McCain and Maxey, Eminem. That's our backcourt, and them 2 are the real deal.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if that is why they've been sitting. The people that have been sitting just to get him out there and maybe get him in that limelight, just to get going. You know what I mean? Because he's doing really good. The team's losing, but I mean, he's getting that experience, I guess, as being the man.
Yeah, I think he's playing so well that I think it's getting to the point where you can't play him out of the lineup. I think he's he's already a guy that's deserving of a lot of minutes every night. He's a player.
Now, Gabe, do you watch any basketball? You got a team or anything?
I mean, secretly, I follow the Clippers, but little bit by little, my interest in basketball is starting to wane with stupid minutes management.
Amen.
I'm
with you, dude.
I like the 80s and 90s when the freaking Knicks and the freaking Bulls just straight hated each other.
Yes. I talk to my buddy Bill about that all the time. That was the 90s and the 80s were the heydays in the NBA. That was the best. I mean, phenomenal basketball.
I love watching.
I was a Bulls fan growing up.
I like watching the Heat and the Knicks, how they just beat each other up. The way to beat the Knicks is once John Starks gets ejected, the whole team just wants to fight everyone. Eventually, there's like 2 players left. They'll win. Yeah,
I remember the days when they had Starks and Oakley and Anthony Mason and Patrick Ewing, and there was those dog fights with the Bulls, man. It was must see TV with Scotty and Michael and Rodman and them.
It's a slugfest.
Yeah, it was awesome. Awesome basketball.
All-star players, man, back then.
It's when the East was awesome, and freaking the West was just playing for second place.
Pretty much.
Now you have this management time with people sitting down at games and such. Like, I don't even know if I would pay to go see a game because you don't even know who's going to be there. You know what I mean?
The NBA
for no reason, man.
NBA shooting himself in the foot. You went from a guy like me. I watched every single game. I love my Sixers to the point now where it's like, okay, if I miss a game, whatever. I don't know. It's just the NBA is just no.
There is though. I remember the center whole purpose was you come down the middle, get your ass kicked.
Amen.
Now they have to shoot 3-pointers in order to stay in the league.
Yeah, and everything's a foul now. You can't touch anybody. It's so soft. The NBA is so fucking soft anymore. I can't, I see fouls called. Nobody even touches a guy. They're going to fuck around and find out. They're going to keep doing this so their viewership goes the fuck down.
That's where it's like football. At least if this minutes management, at least someone's getting their ass kicked.
Yep.
Well, all right. Let's hop on to baseball. My boy's got all his San Diego Padres stuff on him. Like, fucking awesome outfit, man. That's badass shirt and hat, dude. So,
dude.
Friday.
So, how do you feel that your team did this year, man?
Honestly, they did better than expected. Like, when I saw the lineup beginning, considering I was like, You know what? Fuck it. Let's run it. Let's see what happens. No Juan Soto, who cares? Let's see what Jackson Merrill can do. I mean, we only paid Profar $1 million, and he played an all-star level. And then, pitching was pretty decent. So I was like, hey, let's see what happens.
You guys were in the playoffs this year, right?
We should have swept the Dodgers, but when you have $1 billion spent on freaking 2 players and you have the best player in the league, put up a fight.
Best player of all time.
That team was stacked, dude. I mean, goddamn.
Well, yeah, I hope the Phillies are watching because guess what? Listen, just keep spending. Do like the Dodgers have 2 championships in the last 4 years because they just keep buying. Just say fuck it to the old school way. Just keep buying. Do like Steinbrenner did in the late 90s, early 2000s. And listen, I'll take a bought championship.
Bro, if you look at other games and look at their stadiums, they don't even match the crowd at the Phillies stadium. You know what I mean? Phillies packs the stadium out. So they gotta spend the money to get the players, man. Like, I don't know how's San Diego. They pack it out there.
Our crowds are getting bigger and bigger. I was there when it used to be crappy.
Yeah,
but you stick with the team. Last time it had 0 fucks given, so you can't take the money with you. You might as well try spending. So that's what we tried.
How many games did you get to this year, man? I always see you at the stadium and stuff.
I'm a season ticket holder, so I normally do a 20-game package.
Badass.
So and then sometimes I'll try to get games because my buddy's a Mets fan, so we go to all the games for that. And then my friend's a Phillies fan, so we go to all of those. But so far, I've been 0 for whatever because Philly has our number for some fucking reason. But But the sad part is, I may not like the Phillies because they always beat up my team, but I actually would go to Philly. It was hang out with y'all, get acclimated. I figured.
You've been to Jersey. You hung out with me in Jersey one time when you were coming through. I guess you were going to Virginia.
Philly a stranger danger, but once you acclimate, they give you a big hug. I'll drive in Jersey. I'll freaking hang out in Jersey. I'll eat the food. LA, fuck that. I will never drive in LA. I don't even want to be in LA. I gave up a really good high-paying job and said, no, it's LA.
Why is it bad out there?
It's traffic terrible. It's freaking LA. It's polluted. It's fucking LA. It's LA. I'm genetically built to hate anything LA.
Oh my god.
So I do like in LA and I appreciate. Like my favorite baseball player, one of the only Dodgers I actually do like is Fernando Valenzuela, the original Ohtani. Because he was a Mexican pitcher that struck out people and clocked homers before Ohtani did it.
I actually played with the Phillies for a little bit.
And the only acceptable Phillies, I do like the 4 tops, and I always like Tomei. So I wish Howard would have got a little better shape and lasted longer, but that was a big boy clocking homers. So management never complained how he looked or how much he weighed.
Well, shout out to Bryce Harper for yesterday winning the Silver Slugger Award in the National League. That goes to the best offensive player at each position. I know we were on this podcast a few months ago, and somebody happened to be discerning Harper on this show, and I tried to explain how good the guy was. He's won, I think, now his 4th Silver Slugger Award. So shout out to Bryce. That's big. And Dieter, have you heard the rumors of Alec Boehm's on the trade block?
I don't know, man. If you're making moves, that's not the one I would make, but
I mean, me neither. Me neither, but I mean, I will say this: his trade value right now, and listen, I don't want to trade him. I'll preface it with that, but his trade value right now is higher than it will ever be, because there's 2 years of team control left. He's coming off a 100 RBI season again, an all-star appearance, a home run derby. His trade value will never be this high again. So I guess if you are going to trade him, now's the time because you can get a lot back. But with that being said, I don't want to trade Boehm.
What are you going to trade for, pitching or prospects? What does the team? I don't know what the Philly needs. Maybe
I would say pitching. If we get some pitching, that'd be great.
Well, I don't know. Listen, Philly's not that far away. 2 years now. I know we shit the bed this year, but listen, this is a great
every year, man. You have all these hitters that don't hit in the playoffs, man.
But Dieter, remember though, only one team wins a year. I know, but
yeah, I know.
We're lucky to how much winning the Phillies have done over the last 4 years, though. I mean, listen, we were just in the World Series.
Right.
I know it hurts and it stings, but they're not that far away. They just got to make the right moves.
This sounds like a different Ricky. This is a brand new guy. Usually,
why? I've been saying this the whole time.
If they ain't the champions, I mean, that's it, man.
Yeah.
If they don't championship,
you're right. I did.
You know,
but I'm still not giving up on them. I'm not going to. I'm not going to say they're dead in the water. They're close. They're not far away. They only need. They need to make a couple moves, but it has to be the right moves. You know what I mean? Just don't make a move to make a move. Make sure you're making the right move. You know, and listen, I still think they'll be in the playoffs again.
Get rid of Bob. I like the guy, man, but you need to mix up the ball fucking club.
What I'm hearing, they're about to sign Alex Bregman.
I mean, the newest rumors, they said Philly might be a dark horse for Juan Soto, but I don't know how crazy your owner is.
That ain't going to happen. He's staying in New York, whether it be the Mets or the Yankees. And you know what? Good. Stay up there, dude. I don't want to give that fucking guy whatever, 60 mil or whatever. You know, he's a nice player and all, but, I mean, you could fill a lot of positions with that money.
He was saying earlier, San Diego and L.A. is like, you know, New York and Philly. Like, they hate each other. Is that right, Gabe? Like,
yes.
Because we'll jump into the football thing because I'm curious to hear about the whole Chargers move.
But they stole your team, man. That's a shame too because I love the Chargers, the AFC team I root for. I love them. I was
gonna wait for that after the next cocktail or beer, but man.
Real quick too, if you're not looking to move on just yet from baseball, I just want to say I was reading an article yesterday that the Phillies have sent their top scouts out now repeatedly to Japan to recruit two of their best pitchers. Roki Sasaki, he's 23. He's a right-handed pitcher with a 2.1 ERA, 505 strikeouts in 395 innings in 4 seasons with Chiba Latte Marines in the Japanese League. And also Tomoyuki Sagano, another right-handed pitcher that's supposed to be like a stud. So it's good to see the Phillies are finally getting into the international waters. You know what I mean?
If I have any regret from living in Japan for 4.5 years, it was not going to like a baseball game. I watch it on the TV all the time.
They're great out there.
Baseball is huge, man. But I never got to a game.
It is very different. First time I went to a baseball game, dude, when that pitcher when the call's like, they don't freaking talk shit. It's like, I have a generous fucking strike zone here. Get your ass back to AAA, you suck. All the Japanese are like, what are you doing? I'm like, that's what we're supposed to do.
What are they, a lot calmer out there?
They have cheering. Like, let's just say the home section is at the home side and the opposing side is on the opposing side.
Oh, wow.
And pretty much a 9-inning game could last 3 to 4 hours because every inning is a show.
Oh, really? Now, like food-wise, what they have there, man? Like, just
it's freaking awesome. Let's just say you decided to bring a sixer. We bring our own beer.
You bring your own beer.
The condition is you have to pour it into a plastic cup because they don't want the cans to be littering around.
Okay.
As long as they let you pour it into a plastic cup. So
it's pretty awesome. So, see, Philly would fuck that privilege up. You would get too many fucking knuckleheads getting shit bombed, bringing in cases of beer per person and just getting wrecked dog shit.
Japan had the tall boys and like the 40-ounce bottles, man. Like Japan, you don't get like the little bottles and cans, dude. They go all out, man. They love drinking their Asahi, Sapporo, and all that, man.
They get tall boys.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Dude. How often do you get to Japan now? Do you still travel there, or
I'm traveling again in February? Right there. I go at least 3 times a week, minimum 1. But next year, I'm going 3 times because we have other ships. I have to go install software. Normally, I don't dick around. I normally knock down the job in 2 to 3 days, and then freaking the next 2 days, I just kind of do this. And people.
That's awesome, man. Oh my god, I had such a blast with this guy, man. We went to Thailand. We were port buddies all up and down the Pacific, man. We had a blast.
That's awesome.
He brought up a point earlier. He said he was my mentor, and I totally forgot about that, man. He was there was like this mentorship program, and I picked him because we're always like hanging out and everything. So
that's really cool. That's awesome.
Everyone's gonna say that you picked a good mentor. I go, you did what? I was a little shocked. But either way, it worked out though. There's a lot of fun times.
Yeah, I had a blast when you came to Jersey, and it was so cool. You sent me the chew highs and everything, man. It was good stuff, dude.
I just said when I go there in February, because also some of the stuff I got. Because since we're in San Diego, and there's a shitload of Asian people, there's a whole area dedicated to Japanese snacks and stuff. But these chew highs are hard to find, unless you go to Japan. So,
what is that?
Oh, the drink I'm having right now.
The chew highs, they have.
Is that sold over here in the States?
Yeah, he was saying, it's hard to find.
Oh, okay.
In the States, but over in Japan, they're like in vending machines and stuff. At least you could just go to the vending machine, pop out a chew high.
You could drink on the train.
Yeah, man. I forgot about it. Yeah, they had the little carts on the train and everything, man. Japan's a fucking great time, dude. That was an awesome time.
It's still a safe area to go to. You could, when you walk through a dark alley, Rick, your concern is not getting rolled over. Your concern is tripping over a drunk Japanese person and falling flat on your face. You'll never get robbed. I left my house unopened because I showed my trust in my Japanese neighbors.
That's the kind of world I want to live in.
And dude, it's so nice, man.
Came back. They opened the windows for me because they were concerned about mold spreading, so they wanted to air out the house.
The first time I went to a beef bowl place, you put money in a vending machine, and the chef makes his like rice bowl with the beef and everything and onions, and you get the ticket from the vending machine, you give it to the chef. He makes it for you, gives it to you. So I'm sitting there, I'm eating, and I'm like, well, it's customary to leave like a tip in the U.S. So I left like a couple 100 yen, like $2 or $3 of Japanese yen. This old lady, man, came running out and giving it right back to me. Like, no. I was like, God, wow. It was insane, man. They don't tip over there.
You overpay, they'll push you down and put the money right back in your hand. And then bow and apologize for giving you your own.
Dieter, you savage. What's wrong with you, man?
It's a totally different world, man. It's crazy.
I respect that, though. You know what? Our country needs to take a page out of our book, man. Seriously, that's the way life should be, man.
And common courtesy is kind of one.
Seriously, America is. Come on, everybody's pissed off, mean, and scamming.
I always lived out in town. When I walked to the train station, the base, and everything, anybody that was outside, like sweeping their driveway there, they always be like, "Ohio gozaimasu." I'm like, "Yeah, Ohio gozaimasu." Like everybody says hello to you. It's just like it's like a dreamland. It doesn't. You wouldn't think this place exists, dude. That's how nice they are.
You don't even need a car. Everything's public transportation is consistent. And you can go to Tokyo within an hour from where we're at.
Super clean too, man. Ain't not like Philly's train stations, man. Oh my god, dude. No way, dude.
No train car's gonna smell like piss like it is rolling a trolley. If you look like a low life, you ain't getting in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You actually have to afford the freaking $1.10 to even get in the subway because they have little baby security guards.
So, do you think Boom's going to be traded? What do you think, man?
Dieter, I don't know. I don't want him to be traded, but with that being said, I do think they are going to trade him, and I think they're going to. I think they're about to sign Alex Bregman, the third baseman from the Astros, who, by the way, just won a Gold Glove. He's a two-time world champion. Two-time All-Star. He's a little older than Bohm. But like I said, I think if you were going to trade Bohm, his trade value will never be as high as it is right now. So you would be selling high.
Makes sense.
Now, listen, that doesn't mean I agree with it, but I see the reasoning behind it.
It's the same as what the dude we traded to the Brewers. Reese
Hoskins.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
you had to get the most value out of your players. You know what I mean?
Well, we didn't trade Reese. Reese was a free agent. He left.
Oh, okay.
And the only reason he left, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but because Harper started playing first when Reese went out hurt, and that you couldn't put Harper back in left field with Castellanos. So I think they just kind of had to let Reese Hoskins walk. Now, boom, you could trade him. His value is really high. I'm hearing a lot about Austin Crochet, the really good left-handed starting pitcher from the White Sox, along with a couple other really good players. So yeah, it would suck to see Bohm go, but I think you could get back some really, really, really high-end talent for him. And and if you're going to sign Alex Bregman, he basically gives you the same numbers as Bohm does at third and plays an even better defensively.
Who do you have waiting in third base, minor league wise?
I think you would sign Bregman and he would play third. I think the heir apparent maybe is Aiden Miller, but that's 3 or 4 years down the road as far as minor league players go.
Because if you trade Bohm, you probably could trade him to the White Sox, get a pitcher with Crochet.
Yeah.
So he'll probably fall into either second or third starter. Because your ace is Suarez, Ranger, or is it the other?
No, guy? Zach Wheeler, who's up for the Cy Young this year.
Ranger is good, man, but he kind of fell off mid-season.
Who?
Ranger was doing really good.
Yeah,
man,
Ranger had a rough second half, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't be shocked if you saw them trade Ranger in this offseason.
You can't trade any of the pitching that we have, man.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I wouldn't be shocked because remember, he's a free agent after next year. Then he might be asking for $35 million a year or $30 million a year that they probably won't pay him. So maybe they're thinking, well, let me at least get something for him because they're about to go get Crochet if they trade Bohm. That would be a replacement for Ranger, plus the 2 Japanese pitchers that they just have been scouting, and plus Andrew Painter, who's about to come up. So don't be too shocked if you see it happen because it very well may.
Because Garrett Crochet is going to want to cry about and want a long-term contract, so you have to sign him.
Yeah, and listen, left-handing great starting pitching is hard to come by. I would pay him. I always will pay premium. Pitching is king. Pitching always will be king.
Now, Gabe, who do you like? What area do you think the Padres have to improve on? Would you say
we're probably gonna need pitching because freaking Joe Musgrove's injured, so you got Darvish, Cease, and King. So we're probably gonna need a fourth pitcher, maybe a fifth starter. We can wing it with Waldron and freaking Javier Randy Vasquez as the fifth starter, but we still need at least a solid fourth just to be safe. Now we got to find out what we got to do with freaking left field and freaking our catcher. I think we should sign Higashioka for 2 years. 3 years, I say maybe 18 million because he's never made a lot. So the only problem is it depends on how the catching market is. A weak class, so it might be around $6 million, $7 million a year. I say 3 years before Ethan Salas is ready. He's only 18. And then for left field, I mean, it's kind of tricky of giving someone a really long-term contract after he got good for 1 season. It's just like giving that guy David Ross when he did really good with the Phillies and Nationals just signed him for that 10-year ridiculous contract because he was a late bloomer. I think it was David Ross. He played for Philly.
Who?
Ross for Philly, and then he signed for the Nationals. I think his last name, but he was a late bloomer.
Ross?
Yeah. He played for the Phillies. He was their center fielder way back in, I think, hold on. Let me try to get you some.
Well, while we're looking at that, I'm going on to my second beer here for the season.
Nice.
Wandering into the Snow, Abomination.
Well played, sir.
It's a beautiful bottle. But that's where we're at. We're probably going to need a setup guy, too, because we're not paying Tanner Scott, and Tanner Scott doesn't want to be a setup guy. He wants to be a closer. So if Philly needs a closer, left-handed, that owns Ohtani, that's the guy to get, but you're paying for him.
That's awesome. I'm so happy Gabe's on, man. Gabe knows his shit, man. He's a pretty cool dude.
Thanks for having me.
But yeah, you're welcome. This is a great beer. I will say it's a little sweet. They use, I guess, like marshmallow or something in it. Yeah, but man, it's got like maybe vanilla, something like that. But it's delicious. And I'm
Is
not
it a milkshake IPA?
It's not. Yeah, it's just not like fruit or anything like that. It's
No,
not like
no milkshake. Like, is there lactose and vanilla in it?
I don't know, man. Yeah, you're right. Lactose and marshmallow. So there you go. Right. But yeah, it's delicious. I could only probably do one of these per sitting. But
It's about 9%.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, for a holiday beer, I'm not really big on the holiday like Christmas beers. Yeah, this might go to for the Christmas times. Pretty good.
Yes, send him out some of these East Coast specials, man. He'll be an IPA fan before you know it, dude. Gabe, these hazy IPAs are phenomenal, dude. They really are.
Dude, West Coast has got really good beers. What's the Monkish Brewery? Phenomenal.
Yeah.
A lot of breweries you get out in the West Coast are good, right? What's another one?
North Park.
North Park has a lot of them too.
What do you call it? I think you just said you were there. What's
Beaver something?
What's the other park? Something Park.
North Park and South Park. It all depends.
North Park. North Park has a good brewery, right? A really good brewery.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. North Park has a beer company. I'm just looking in on the interwebs. Let's see. You got Whipped Brewery, North Park Beer. Mike has always popular. Attitude, Roller. Modern Times.
Modern Times, dude. That's a good one.
Well, did they just get sold or bought out or something?
If you guys ever come, they have this place called Little Miss Brewery. $20, all you can drink beer.
What? $20.
Well, let me tell you what. We will be causing some problems up in there for $20.
Yeah, man.
It's all you can drink. And they have. I base my IPA on which one has the cooler name.
Okay.
The much cooler the name, they'll try it. Alcohol content doesn't bother me, but it has to be. Oh, I do Mount Jasper. It has a really cool bottle.
That's North Park. That's North Park, the brewery we were just talking about.
That's a badass logo. Can too. You got the little hop climbing the mountain.
North Park, and that's a collab with. That's a collab with Biden's and Cellar Maker.
Oh, Biden's is so good, dude. Oh God, dude.
And North Park too, yeah.
And they even have another place. It's like freaking an arcade. They have this brewery where they give you like a card like Dave & Buster's, and you just go around and freaking just put a credit, and you'll just get a certain amount of ounces. You can try it. It's kind of like freaking a Baskin Robbins of sampling beer.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool, man. That was pretty cool.
Give you a card.
Oh my God. Well, since we're diving into our second beer here, let's get into some football.
Well, do real quick, because I know Flyers ain't going to get no pub on here. Hey, quietly, they won 3 out of 4 games. And did you see last night? They came back in the third period down 4-2. Yeah. Sent it to overtime, and Matty Mishkov scored a game winner in overtime. Hey, Johnny Torts. Let me bench the kid. Listen, this guy's a generational talent. Let him play. Yeah. They won 3 out of 4, man.
Now, do you think bench him helped him out, or you think you don't think that was a good move?
I don't know. I don't like benching my best player who literally was just coming off Rookie of the Month.
He was just trying to put into him like what he wanted from him as a player. I don't think it was like really malicious, I guess you said. I don't think it was like really like trying to demean the guy. I just think like, hey man, you have to play within the rules or with his handbook or whatever.
You make a great point, and I'm not arguing that, and I get it. I know why he was doing it. I've seen it in the. What I'm worried about is, and listen, I don't know Mitch Cobb well enough and the mentality of him just yet. I just don't want it to be one of them things where if he gets butt hurt and he's like, well, I want out of town. I just don't want. And I get it, Peter. Listen, I know why Tortorella is doing it too. I know this game, and I get it. But my thing is, don't chase this kid out of town.
My buddy Al, he's a big hockey fan, and he said Mitchkoff is a big Flyers fan before we got him, And I think he wanted to be here, man. I think he wanted to be part of this team. And
well, listen, yeah, I know, and I know that's why he fell to 7, because a lot of teams didn't think they could sign him. He would have been the 2nd overall pick, but a lot of teams didn't think he would come out of the KHL and sign. But the Flyers knew that he would, I guess because he was a Flyers fan, and that's why he fell to 7th or 8th pick in the draft. And listen, John, I get it. This is old school methods, and I hope it works. I just hope it doesn't backfire.
Gabe, you got a hockey team or anything, man?
Oh, we got the San Diego Gulls. And you would love this team, even though they're tall boy Bud Lights. Back in the day, you could get 2 for $5. And what?
Nice.
All you had to do is pick the cheapest seat in there, and you could be right there on glass.
Well, my sister.
For $40,
my sister's right by the Allentown. She goes to the Flyers minor league team or
Scranton Wilkesboro.
Oh, the Phantoms, right? I think it is.
Yeah, Scranton Wilkesboro.
Yeah. She goes to them all the time, man.
That's cool.
She has a fun time, man.
I mean,
minor league. Listen, I love minor league hockey. You know why? Because it's hockey how it kind of used to be. Like we were talking, me and Gay were talking about the '90s NBA and how it was phenomenal. We loved it. It was the best product. So was '90s NHL. They let them hit. They let them fight. They let there be characters. They let their, they let them be themselves. As opposed to now where you can't do anything anymore. You can't touch anybody. You can't foul anybody. There's not as many fights or as much hitting. So minor league hockey, at least you still get some of that old school, hockey value to it.
I miss the enforcer.
I do too, dude, so much.
Best job ever. Can't skate for shit, but he could sure start a fight.
My boy Donald Brashear. I was a big Donald Brashear guy.
If you like enforced movies, you watch Goon.
Oh, dude, it's my favorite hockey movie of all time. Best hockey movie of all time. And that's no disrespect to any of the other great ones. There's a lot of great hockey movies, but Goon is my shit, dude.
Really? Let's see. You seem like the same age. I figure you grew up with, The Mighty Ducks was classic.
Yeah, but that's more of a kids movie.
The Youngblood was a good one, right?
And Miracle was pretty good.
Rob Lowe, right? That was a good one. The hockey. But dude, I mean that was the thing, man. Like you can't fight. I mean, that was it, man. But now, kids, I watch my nephew play hockey, and they're not allowed to check whatsoever.
What about the movie Slapshot? I mean, you want to talk about great hockey movies? I mean, how about Miracle?
Miracle.
I mean, or what was the one with Russell Crowe? Was that Mystery Alaska? That was a great hockey movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. That's a great one. About playing on the black ice, the pond or whatever. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. But I watch my nephew play nowadays, and it's like no checking whatsoever, unless that happens. You know what I mean? But it's more finesse and more speed, I would say.
I think it's because freaking hockey equipment is so much faster, and freaking how someone freaking 250 pounds going freaking a good mile per hour with safety gear. It's like getting hit by a Mack truck.
Oh yeah, dude. Right. And there's so many injuries and such, and it's so bad with the injuries. Is they have a lower. They say he's got a lower body injury or upper body injury. They won't say it's this leg or that leg because players would go and attack that part of the body. So they try not to say, oh, he's got an ankle or knee injury, because then people are gonna hit that area. But
a bunch of new hockey moves I've never seen before. Of course, I love Goon, The Last Enforced Mystery, Mighty Ducks.
Miracle, Mystery Alaska. I mean, there's a lot of good hockey movies. Slapshot.
Netflix used to have this thing about freaking the Last of the Enforcers, and they were talking about how things are different now.
I think I know which one you're talking about. Did that? Oh, yes, I know. I think I watched it. What's the dude's name from? Was it Bob Probert? Was it big about him? The dude that used to be the enforcer for the Blackhawks.
I think so. Let me double check.
I watched. I remember watching a while back. It was good.
But Youngblood, man, you had Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves. Like, that was a fucking killer cast, man. But that was all about, like, yeah, they had the dude couldn't fight, and then he had to learn how to fight, and they could play hockey. It was pretty good.
What is it?
Enforcers.
But let's top balance on football, guys. Come on, let's get to it.
Yeah, well, listen, we're coming off a heavyweight championship fight for first place in the division, and I'll tell you what, the Eagles came out and listen, I said going to the game it's going to be a tough game. I watched team's good. The young kid is good, but they wanted to come out and they're like, yo, let's fight. And Eagles like, all right, you want to fight? And they're like, all right, young buck, this is a fight. And they clocked them.
So many people thought it was going to be a battle. So many people said the Redskins were going to be tough. And I knew as long as we could put pressure on that rookie quarterback, we would be okay, man. And
shout out to Vic Fangio.
I'm going to say, man, this whole season, I've been go Eagles. And like a lot of games, like even the Saints, when we played Saints, people were like, oh, the Saints are so good. I was like, nah, no, they're not, dude. Eagles are going to beat them. And I've been feeling pretty confident about this team, dude. I mean, look at the squad, dude. Look at the offense we have.
I think this Eagles team, I think, is better than the 2022 team that went to the Super Bowl. I do. This Eagles team's better. And listen, I don't sit and claim to be an expert on anything, but I'm an expert on Eagles football. I've been watching every single game for 40 fucking years. This team is special. There's something special going on here.
Washington was good, but the Eagles were better. Nicely said, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. And listen, that's no discredit to Washington. That's a good team. Jaden Daniels, good player. But I think this is the Eagles' time right now. This team, man, there's something special going on. And I'm telling you, I don't want to say the word, but there's something special going on.
I've been watching the Redskins games, and the guy, quarterback's awesome. But I will say, I guess the Eagles, man, he was playing on his heels. He was a little scared. And that's because, man, that D-line, it's pretty good. It's all firing, man. The whole defense, what it really was, it was Vic Fangio coming in and presenting a lot of exotic looks to a young quarterback, and he confused him, and he got in his head. And that's awesome. That's the kind of shit Jim Johnson used to do when he was the D coordinator here. And he went in, he's like, look, I'm gonna give you 15 different looks in the first 20 plays. And you could see as time went on, he was getting confused. He didn't know where to go with the ball. And we were hitting the shit out of him. As the game went on, the defense just kept getting better and better. And that's Vic Fangio, man. That dude is great D coordinator. Yeah, man, good pickup. Fucking awesome pickup. And when he was at the Miami Dolphins the season before, right?
Well, and guess what? He had that Dolphins defense as a top 10 defense with a ton of injuries. He was top 4 in quarterback hits. I mean, I think he was top 6 in sacks. That was a good Dolphins defense that had a ton of injuries, but it was good because of him. This guy's the real deal, man. He's the modern age Jim Johnson, if you would. Not same defense, but same mindset.
I think Washington's going the right direction.
Yes.
Leading because the wins they got, a good team beats a team you're supposed to beat. They haven't really fought anyone good, and the Eagles are kind of like they're winning, but it's not like in pretty style, but they are winning.
Well, the week before we blew Dallas out in their own house.
Yeah, that's the beauty about it, because regardless of what happens, me or no football team, I just like seeing the dumb look on Dallas fans' face when they tell me that's going to be right here.
Amen. I like this guy.
Game's awesome. But yeah, man, it's been weird this season, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, we're not going to use our kicker this game, and maybe we'll use.
Well, you sent me a funny text yesterday, Peter. Remember the text you sent me during the game yesterday?
This is a weird game, dude.
You sent me Jake Elliott is giving Sirianni the middle finger for not ever letting him kick field goals, and I laughed so hard, dude. I was like, he's right.
Yeah, Nick Sirianni's like, go fuck yourself.
Jake's like, oh, you don't want to kick me field goals? Here you go, Nick. Tell me how important they are now.
It's been so crazy, man.
I mean,
it's a fun season.
What do you consider as a professional kicker? Consider something easy as a chip shot that you expect as a professional kicker. I say
his nickname is Jake the Make. That's his nickname, dude. The dude's been 100% until the season. This season's just been so goddamn crazy, man. I don't understand it, man.
Is it the weather? Is it the kicking conditions? Does he kick better away and not at home?
Nick Sirianni is like being this tough guy. Like, hey, we got to go for it every time.
Say, I don't think Nick did him any favors by not letting him get his confidence good by taking makeable field goals throughout the year. And you're right, Dieter. I think quietly it kind of is part of the reason he's missing because Nick wasn't kicking him. He wasn't getting those reps in.
We don't have Kelsey no more, man. We don't have
that doesn't have anything to do with it.
No, Kelsey was awesome center, dude.
I'm talking about as far as Elliott making kicks. I mean,
right, but
Kelsey wasn't even the one snapping the ball.
But I'm just saying, like, we're not going for the kicks because Nick Sirianni's like, go for it on the fourth. Like, all the games up to this last game, which was like totally counter, all the fucking season. But I mean, like we weren't making the tush push or the brotherly shove and stuff. Well, not so much.
They've made it 90% of the attempts
this season.
Yeah,
nah, dude. Nah,
look at the numbers right now,
dude. We found so much.
Trust me.
All right.
Trust me, they are. Look it up. The numbers are online. You definitely can look it up right now.
Well, I feel Nick's like being a tough guy and being like, oh, we're going for it. And then he's like, oh, 60 yards. Yeah, go kick the field goal out there. Get out there, Jake the Make. Get earn your money.
Listen,
it's just so weird, man.
But I'm not burying Nick. I mean, this guy's a great head coach. Yeah, and listen, Jake Elliott's a great kicker, and he's going to get back into form. Jake Elliott's going to be fine. Everybody's panicking. Oh my God!
Talking about firing them
all kickers have that game. All kickers have that game where it's just a little funky. Yeah, I know he missed 2, but he did also hit 2 field goals too. It's not like he went 0 for 5.
True.
Yeah, we're just used to him making 100% of his kicks. The guy. Jake Elliott's going to be fine. I wouldn't worry about him. I mean, it sucked in that game, but
let's fire him. But let's see. It's gonna be a fun football season. I mean, heck, Atlanta's decent. Baker Mayfield has learned how to be humble and is actually throwing decently.
Oh, well, the Browns never used him right, man. The Browns is a shit team. He's doing way better down.
Dude, Mayfield's a good. I am a huge Baker Mayfield fan, dude. I am a huge. That kid's a fucking dog, dude. He goes out. He's a little bulldog, dude. He's not the biggest dude, but he just goes out and throws punches. He's like, all right, let's go. Yeah. I'm a huge Baker Mayfield. If we didn't have Jalen Hurts, I would take Baker Mayfield here.
I think the work environment actually makes a lot of sense. Because look at Sam Darnold.
Man.
He left it.
It's a good point. He shit the bed most of his career, and he got put in a good situation with good coaching and a good offense, and he's flourishing. Right, let's not forget Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold was a top 5 pick in the draft.
Look what's going on with the Jets with Rodgers right now. I mean, Jets is a fucking bad organization.
Yeah, that's just a garbage organization.
Let's see what the Jags are doing with their quarterback who was
talent.
Yeah, he won a college championship, man, and then he's sitting there rotting at Jaguars. He ain't doing nothing down there, and so I would say, man, Darnold coming to the Vikings, which is a good football program.
That's what I just said.
Man, it's good for him, man.
Well, yeah, he's got good coaching and good offensive talent around him. I mean, listen, sometimes you just need to be in the right spot. I mean, look all around the league. I mean, it's evident,
There's only 3 jobs, and J.J. McCarthy got hurt, so Darnold had to put up or shut up.
Yeah.
I do like Kirk Cousins, though. That guy's like the humble guy. You ever watch The Quarterback, though?
I like Kirk Cousins, too. You're right, and he is a humble dude, and I respect that dude.
My buddy Brett Anderson does not like Kirk Cousins.
I know. Brett hates him. He hates him. I don't understand why. Cousins had put up great numbers in his career. He had. He'll probably end up in the Hall of Fame one day. He probably will.
You never got the championship, man. You know what I mean? It's just how it goes. You know what I mean? Y'all make it at the one team, and then you go somewhere else and do good at the other team. I guess it's It's tough.
Cousins is a good player, man. I would have never minded having him on my team. He is a fucking great quarterback. He's going to end up in the Hall of Fame one day.
Hey, so talking about quarterbacks, where is Nick Foles Boulevard? The guy who brought the Philly special and the Super Bowl within our generation.
Yeah,
we got a statue.
And Gabe, I'm glad you brought that up. You know what I wanted to say too? I was just talking to somebody yesterday at the bar about this, and somebody was talking about, how bitching about, Nick Sirianni, he's too aggressive, he goes for it too much. And I was like, dude, but do you realize the greatest play in Philadelphia sports history was a guy that was on? People don't realize the Philly special was on 4th down in the Super Bowl, and even Al Michaels calling a game is like Merrill Reese, who I respect more than anybody, said you should kick the field goal here. It's the Super Bowl. It's the Patriots. Kick the field goal. And Doug was like, nah, dude, fuck that, Philly. Yeah, let's do it. You talk about aggressive. I don't know why people bury Nick Sirianni for being aggressive, dude, because Doug was just as aggressive. Greatest play in Philly sports is the Philly
Doug
special.
Was
that was 4th down.
As a coach,
the
man.
only way to beat Tom Brady, he can't freaking score a touchdown when he's freaking on the sideline.
Well, that's what that Super Bowl was. It was a fist fight. It was like who can throw the last touchdown, and Nick Foles was like, "Here, hold my beer."
Man,
I still like the fact that Tom Brady tried to do that, and that shit was ugly.
Yeah.
That's a dumb shit. If we decided to do a Philly special to be like Tom Brady, one of us is going to miss the football.
This is good. This has been a good show, man. We're getting to the hour mark, and I need to know, man. I got to know how you jumped off the Chargers. You know what I mean? It's when they moved. I have to know that, Gabe. What happened, man? What's going on?
Reason why they went to fucking LA. I hate what they did to LaDainian. And after that, I secretly followed him a little bit. I didn't because
he's right, man. Dude, Gabe, if I was you and the Eagles left town to another city, I'd be like, "Fuck you, motherfucker!" That'd be like a girl breaking my heart, dude. Leaving and going to my rival.
It's like kind of
that'd be like the Eagles leaving and going to fucking Dallas. Like what?
Oh yeah, dude. I lose my shit.
It's me way too long. Every year, disappointment. Every year, I'm like, this is gonna be their year. And every sudden, one day they say, "Oh, we suck so badly. Please, city, can you guys buy us a new stadium? You suck." You know what I mean? Why should we buy you a stadium? You haven't done shit. So
don't always be the San Diego Chargers to me too, because even when I say it now, like if I'm talking in conversation, I still say San Diego Chargers. You know what I mean? Like it's hard for me to say LA Chargers. It just doesn't sound right.
It's just like your stadium, though. I call it the Vet. It probably has 5 different fucking names by now, but to me,
what Lincoln Financial?
It's the Vet to me.
No. This is nothing like the Vet. That place was a toilet hole. Yeah. It was our toilet hole, but
the place you guys.
The whole myth of the prison. There
was a jail in the basement. That's true. Doug Seamus McCaffrey was the presiding judge. It's a real thing.
I believe there was a courtyard. It's just a place
where there was a courtroom in the basement of the Vet. They used to throw people in jail in the Vet.
Here's a funny thing. I'm thinking like, man, Chargers are doing so good. They got a good coach and everything. Let me bring my buddy Gabe on, and let's get him talking about the Chargers. He's like, fuck the Chargers. It's like, fuck them for moving to LA. I was like, holy shit, dude.
I would be the same way, man. If one of my teams left and broke my heart like that, I would be like, fuck that, dude. Fuck that shit, man.
Ricky's a big Michigan fan, Michigan College. And
Johnny Harbaugh is the coach of the Chargers. Listen, he's going to have them in the Super Bowl within the next 4 years. Mark it down.
Fucking killed it, man.
Yeah, they'll still have to get through Patty Mahomes.
Yeah, that's true, man. Fucking Mahomes.
But the AFC is not a joke either. They have good teams in there. If they don't get through Patty Mahomes, you still got to get through Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about Lamar because he's great in the normal season. Next thing you know, it's like, is he quarterbacking or am I throwing the football?
Well, he shits the bed in the playoffs. That's his MO.
I always thought maybe the Bengals might turn it around. But,
I was hoping for him too, man, but I don't think so, man. Like,
I don't think they will this year.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not like Matt Stafford, though, because he had a lot of reasons to bitch. He played for Detroit for all those years, and he never complained until management goes, you know what? You want to get traded? Cool. But anyway, that's the reason why I do not follow the Chargers.
I don't blame you, dude. I do not blame you one bit. If one of my teams left, it would break my heart. If they left and went to one of my rival cities, fuck.
What do you consider a rival city, though?
I thought you said you hate LA, right? It's your biggest rival, right?
Yeah, for you guys would be
Dallas or New York.
Either one would be that.
I would never.
It's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like Dallas, I would say probably.
I dislike New York fans more.
Yeah,
Dallas,
because they're close. You know,
right?
I mean,
right. And we're be honest with you, Dallas should be in the NFC South.
Right. Why
they shouldn't be in the end. It's antiquated. Right. They should be in the NFC South to move the Carolina Panthers to the NFC East, and it all balance out.
Yeah,
it's just the reason why it's because of the old rivalry back in the day.
Right. Well, it's more a rivalry from when they used to beat us. We kind of, I don't know, we're a lot better franchise than Dallas is anymore.
I like the Buddy running defense. I miss that.
Yeah, but this defense right now, let me tell you what, Gabe, this defense is really good, man. I'm telling you, and I think they're only getting better. Like by a lot, they're going to get better.
That defense was mostly our saving grace for that game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Hurts was a little,
I think Hurts had a concussion, Dieter. I think he had a concussion.
I think Hurts was a little off in the first half, man.
He was.
He wasn't throwing the ball. He was just like going and running, and I was like, "Why?"
It was a weird game
for Barkley, man. It was weird, but man, we won.
Hey, we won. That's it. And I'm happy.
There's no column that says weird win. There's only a column that says win. So hey, I'm all right
this, Peter. You know how good, like how we are around here. If the Eagles win, we're in a great mood all week, and if they lose, we're in a bad mood all week. Yeah, and that's how it is in Philly. We're that passionate. But we got to see a win on Sunday, and then 3 days later on Thursday, we got that. I'm in the greatest mood this week. I mean, I got 2 Eagles victories in 1 week.
Nice.
What got me fired up? Thinking, who can I bring on the show? And I was thinking, I need somebody from the West Coast, Cali guy. I was thinking Gabe, awesome fucking dude. Now we're playing LA Rams, I was like, let's
your biggest rival.
Man, so
Rams I don't hate as much because one, they were already there. I represent them in St. Louis, so the Rams don't bother me. Because one, that owner buy his own stadium and they say, "Hey, bitch boy Spanos, you want to come to LA? Well, guess what? You're a part-time tenant. We get all the profits. You get a small profit. We take most of your sales and everything else." So he's a renter, and you pay me money. So
I feel pretty confident about this game, man. I don't know. Not really too threatened, I guess.
Well, I'm not even going to. I'll be honest. I haven't even looked into it a little bit yet. I'm still, basking in the glow of 2 wins this week. I'm just glad this team's getting in 10 days off. I mean, this is almost like a pseudo bye week. You get a second bye week, and I think it's gonna be great for this team, get everybody healthy. Because I do think Jalen Hurts got his fucking bell rung. I do think he had a concussion.
Yeah, I think so.
You could tell in the post game interviews that dude was fucking concussed. I'm watching. I'm not even a doctor. And I'm watching. I'm like, this dude's concussed. He was clearly, and he's a warrior for staying in the game. We won the game because he did. So shout out to anybody that ever buries Jalen Hurts again. I mean, that dude just he's a warrior.
How great was that with Barkley in his interview, and the whole crowd's like chanting, "Thank you, Giants!" Like. My God, dude! Like the dude's a stud. Like, how did you let him go?
He is.
It just doesn't make
dude,
any
he had
sense.
200 yards of total offense yesterday with 2 touchdowns. I mean, like I said, the 2 areas I noticed that were a major reason we won the game was Saquon Barkley and our defense. And each game's different. Each game, you're like, it was Jalen Hurts or it was A.J. Brown or Devontae or whatever. But this week, it was Saquon and the defense, and they both shined, and they shined big time in a big moment. And when your defense can shine big in big moments, that's the kind of shit that wins you in the playoffs and wins you late in the playoffs.
Defense always wins championships.
Yeah, I mean, offense gets you there, and defense wins it. So, and right now, I feel like the Eagles have the best defense in the entire NFL. I said it.
let me get out some promotions here. So we have Doobie Energy Drink, promo code Big Game.
What?
That QR code.
Games.
Yeah, and then we have Puff Sip Chat. If you like cigars, promo code Big Game. Hit that QR code.
So I want to tell you a little quick insight. We joked around earlier. We were talking about we were hanging out, drinking the hopping frog and stuff. But inside, you're talking about Doobie. I remember growing up. Shout out to my buddy Mikey, because we were all a bunch of stoners when we were young. And he always says, Mikey, his dad was like, "You hanging out with Tricky Rick and Lieutenant Doobs?" Like, because that's all we used to do. Oh, great. Shout out to Mikey Massimo if he's watching. I haven't seen you in 20 years, kid, but your dad was the coolest. He knew we were smoking weed. He got nicknames for us.
I don't want to keep games too long. I know we're at that hour mark. At the end of the show, we always
marijuana's kicking in.
A couple of picks. So last week, I got 2. I had Eagles, Vikings, and Falcons lost. Last week, you got 3, Ricky.
Yeah, Trino, baby.
Eagles, Chiefs, and 49ers. And my buddy Brett, he made his picks even though we didn't ask for him. And I love him for that. He had the Vikings, Bills, and Chiefs. So he went 3 last week.
Yeah. Well done, Brett. That motherfucker's going to end up winning the bet. We're going to have to take him out with us for fucking drinks and wings. We're going to have to pay the tab. Brett, you're in, dude.
So this week, I got Packers, 49ers, and the Lions.
Packers, 49ers, and the Lions. Well, I have the Eagles.
Hold on. I
picked them yesterday, though, before the game.
See, who did Packers play?
I'm joking.
Packers playing the Bears. That's it.
Gabe, you want to do picks?
Yeah.
Sure, why not? I already told everyone beginning of the season, I said Caleb Williams is going to be a flop.
Nicely said, man, because he is. Jesus Christ, those fucking Bears are going nuts. Go ahead.
See quarterback, they don't do so well. They need like 1 year of holding the clipboard so they know what the
that's what Rick says all the time, man. Like, you have to have sub-senior quarterback and have the rookie sit for like at least a year or so to get, to know how to play in the NFL.
And then what's your other one? Niners, Francis.
I went the Niners. Yeah.
Seattle. Yeah, they're in San Francisco. And what's your other one?
Lions.
Dude, we might as well just play for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll be in the line. I'm lazy. I'll be in line. So I'll play left guard. You play right guard. You can be the center. He's gonna get sacked away.
Can't be no worse, man.
Well, Lawrence isn't playing, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's not. He's not playing. I think the former kid that used to play with the Patriots is starting. He used to play with Bama.
He must shit! Freaking Jeff got even punk, and Detroit freaking just they punch you in the face. That coach does not 0 fucks given.
So my 3 picks this week, I got the Ravens beating the Steelers. I'm sorry, Pittsburgh Bill, one of my best friends. I love you, kid, but I think the Ravens beat the Steelers.
All right.
I like the Chargers. I'm sorry, Gabe. My boy Johnny Harbaugh, the former Michigan, Jim Harbaugh, former Michigan coach. His team, they're getting better and better. Their defense is really good. So I got the Ravens, I got the Chargers, and I got the Buffalo Bills giving the Kansas City Chiefs their first loss of the season.
Wow, that's fucking huge, dude. That's balls, dude. That is some balls there.
Marbles, kid.
Wow. I think Buffalo can do it. I do. I'll give you this.
If there is a team to do it, I would say Buffalo, yeah.
And in Buffalo, I mean, Josh Allen's coming to knock somebody out.
All right,
seriously, that's what he does. My non-Eagle, he's my favorite player in the league. That dude just goes in there. He's like, "Come on, dude. Who wants to fight? Let's go."
Yeah.
All right.
So you got some picks, Gabe? Let's go, bro.
I say Houston beats Dallas because regardless of what happens, they're the fucking Cowboys. No one cares.
I think you're right.
And Cowboy fans ain't real people. Don't let them mislead you. They're not real.
I know.
If you hit one through your truck, it's okay.
Jeez. Oh, Gabe don't fuck around.
Also, I'll pick Houston against Dallas. I think, for some reason, I think the Saints could beat the Browns.
I think you're right.
And I think Miami built some self-esteem from last week by beating – who they beat?
Oh, they beat a good team. Who the hell they beat?
They beat Arizona? No.
No.
Who did they beat?
I just seen it too, man. What the fuck did they beat? Oh, they beat the Rams. They beat the Rams.
The Rams, that's right.
I think Miami could beat the Raiders. Also, there used to be a LA team, so that's the reason I'm anti-LA.
Nah,
I was growing up in the 80s and 90s when the Raiders used to be in LA.
I remember.
And all Raider fans, they were a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, because you had Oakland, LA, Oakland, and then Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, back in the 90s, growing up, like in high school and elementary, they were the LA Raiders. And then I don't know if they went from Oakland to LA, they went back to Oakland, now they're in freaking Vegas.
Yeah.
Like it's like the NFC East would never be right if any of those teams moved.
Oh, I wish Dallas would move. Get them the fuck out of here. Who's that?
Greg said Gabe is on fire.
Get him, Gabe. The big cat is killing.
That's the one. I don't have many joys in life, but it seems like Dallas freaking organization just going through a shit.
Amen, kid. Amen.
It's one of the few.
Man. Good
Couldn't
shit,
have
dude.
no
Good
classier
shit.
organization, man. Those fucking and Jerry Jones, he's the Mr. Burns from The Simpsons of the NFL.
I think Micah Parsons said, and he still hasn't got fined or fired. Jerry
Dude,
Jones
he wants to be an Eagle in the worst way too. Micah Parsons.
Oh yeah, man. That's so cool, man. He's saying
I'll
like
make it
Barkley
happen.
is like one of the best in the NFL, and he is, man. Like, dude, Jesus Christ, the dude's jumping over fucking people backwards. God damn, dude. Like nobody's doing that.
I know. I watched that highlight, and thank God I was sitting there with my sons, and I was like, "Boys, I think you just saw the best offensive highlight in NFL history." Seriously, and I'm not even exaggerating.
Here's
It's the best highlight in NFL history offensively.
There's never going to be anything better, dude.
No, there won't be. It's better than the Odell Beckham one-handed catch.
Yeah.
It's better than, it's the single best offensive highlight in NFL history. Anybody wants to fight me or charge me on that, let's go. I'll go with you because it's the single best offensive highlight in NFL history.
Oh, shit, man. Well,
the only team that could make it better is somebody did the same thing and scored.
Yeah, let me know next time. I'll bring San Diego craft beers.
Will do, man. My
Dude,
mentor
it was nice to meet you, brother, man. You're awesome.
I love this guy.
Good dude.
Ricky,
good dude.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Hey, cheers, my brother.
Hey, 10 p.m. Thursday night on BGSE Network. Check us out. Two Birds, One Show. Take care.
Sweet.